Hello, this is Chris Wilson with the University of Winners, and I'd like to introduce you to John Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Now, John Maxwell has written over 40 books. He sold millions of books worldwide, many bestseller books. He's committed to over 40 years of his life to self-improvement. And I'll be right up front and honest with you, John is probably one of my favorite authors because I really like the style of his books. He tells a lot of stories, but they're very easy to read, and they have a lot of great information within the books. They're very enjoyable, but with a lot of good application information. And when you look at all his books, and when I look at all the books I've ever read, I think this is the #1 book to introduce people to self-improvement and becoming better. And a lot of times I talk to people, and many people want to get better. And then I ask them, well, have you read any books in self-improvement? And they say, well, no, not really. I always thought that I wanted to, but there's so many books. I go to the library or I go to the bookstore, I don't even know where to start. I wouldn't even know what book to get. And I always suggest them to read this book first, because it really sets the table of them taking responsibility for themselves to intentionally growing themselves. And I don't mean by growing physically, I mean growing mentally. Because see, a lot of people assume that they're just going to get better because they're a day older. And see, that's not the case. You know, when you take a baby, they automatically grow. They get bigger, they get stronger, they can walk, they can jump higher, their vocabulary gets better, their speech gets better. That's just all physical traits that automatically happen in life. However, to be successful in life, you need to be mentally strong. And that just doesn't happen. That is an acquired skill that you have to learn. So you have to be intentional about increasing that potential of being mentally strong or mentally tough. You always hear that term, mentally tough, in sports and athletics, but I don't think a lot of people really apply that to their everyday life. But if you want to be successful in everyday life, you have to be mentally strong. There's so many situations. When you start dealing with people, you deal with people who you don't like, you deal with different personalities, you deal with bosses, you deal with challenges, with obstacles, with so many things in front of you, disappointment, things that are out of your control. You need to be mentally tough in order to succeed. And see, what John has taken are the 15 invaluable laws that he has learned over the past 40 years of his career of being mentally tough and taking responsibility on increasing your mental toughness and your overall potential in life. An awesome, awesome book. I know you're going to enjoy this. You can read about John Maxwell below. You can go on the internet and you can search all about him. I suggest you physically buy these books and you start your own library, and that allows you to mark them all up. You can also download them digitally to whatever device you have, and all these devices now let you highlight and everything like that. So that's another great resource. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. My name is Chris Wilson with MVP Minds and University of Winners. Have a great day.